Welcome to StarWatch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next.
Welcome back to StarWatch Now, where we delve deep into the most captivating stories of the Asian entertainment world. Today, we are not just talking about a fashion show, but a cultural phenomenon that has left an indelible mark on the streets of Paris. Even as the spring breeze begins to cool the feverish excitement of Fashion Week 2026, the name Wang Yibo continues to echo through the corridors of the fashion capital. This is the story of a young man who did not just attend the events, but redefined what it means to represent the East on a global stage. While others were chasing trends, he was standing still, as steady as a pine tree, captivating the world with a silence that spoke louder than any shout. How did a single individual manage to bridge the gap between high street energy and the timeless elegance of haute couture so effortlessly? Why is the global media still dissecting his every move weeks after the final curtain call at the Chanel show? Stay tuned as we unravel the layers of mystery and mastery behind the man who has become the visual anchor of a new era in global fashion. This is an exploration of growth, resilience, and the quiet power of a soul that refuses to be anything but authentic. The atmosphere in Paris during the early days of March was nothing short of electric, but as the lights dimmed on the final runway, a different kind of warmth remained. This was the lingering essence of a presence that Grazia magazine describes as a contemporary expression of Eastern elegance. And when Wang Yibo stepped into the light for the Chanel Fall/Winter 2026 collection, he brought more than just his fame. He brought a state of being that the French call effortless sophistication. Imagine the scene at the grand venue where the air was thick with expectation. He appeared not with a forced persona, but with slightly wavy hair and a gaze that was both calm and profoundly reserved. Dressed in a long beige suede trench coat over a dark blue tweed shirt, he was a walking dialogue between heritage and the future. This was a historic moment as he became the first Asian face to publicly debut a piece from the prestigious Métiers d'Art collection. The way the supple suede moved with his every step gave life to the static garment, turning a piece of clothing into a living narrative. It was not about the labels or the price tags, it was about a resonance between the wearer and the fabric. This is where we see the true evolution of his brand. For years we have watched him grow from a young performer into a titan of industry. But in Paris 2026, we witnessed the birth of a global icon who no longer needs to prove his worth. His journey this season was unprecedented. To understand the magnitude of his influence, one must look at the sheer scale of his participation. He did not just represent one house, he was the guest of honor for the 3 largest luxury conglomerates in the world. From the vibrant and artistic colors of Louis under the LVMH umbrella to the sporty avant-garde energy of Lacoste with Kering, and finally, the pinnacle of noble elegance at Chanel. This hat trick of high fashion is something rarely seen in the industry, and it speaks volumes about his versatility. But beyond the logistics of the shows, there was a deeper psychological impact. Media experts have noted a shift in how the public perceives him. In an era where many celebrities strive for a paper-thin aesthetic, Wang Yibo stood out with a physique that was clearly defined and powerful. His broad shoulders and upright posture were not just the result of styling, but the manifestation of years of disciplined training and a healthy lifestyle. This physical stability acted as a visual anchor in a crowd of fleeting trends. When he stood backstage in unedited photos, the world saw a man who was comfortable in his own skin. He did not fight for the center of the frame because he knew his presence was enough to hold the space. That this is a lesson for all of us in our daily lives, that true confidence comes from long-term accumulation and internal restraint rather than external validation. Looking closer at the fine details, we can see how his background as a dancer continues to influence his fashion expression. Every movement is controlled yet fluid. The way he leaned casually against a pillar or walked through the bustling corridors of Paris felt like a choreographed performance of modern masculinity. It was a silent conversation between his body and the architecture of the city. For the fans, this was a moment of profound pride. They did not just see a star, they saw a reflection of their own aspirations for grace and independence. There is a sense that he is now navigating a new chapter of freedom. As he approaches significant milestones in his career, the focus has shifted from being a part of a collective to becoming a singular force of nature. He is managing his image with a level of maturity that suggests a deep understanding of his own legacy. He is no longer just a participant in the fashion cycle, he is a narrator. By choosing minimalist styles and focusing on the quality of his interactions, he is telling a story of a man who values substance over shadow. This is perhaps why the world cannot stop talking about him. In a digital age where everything is edited and filtered, his authenticity feels like a breath of fresh air. He has shown us that being a top star is not about being loud. It is about being unforgettable through the quiet strength of character and the unwavering pursuit of excellence. As we reflect on these moments, it becomes clear that his impact goes far beyond the runway. He has become a bridge between cultures, showing the West that Eastern expression does not need to rely on old stereotypes to be seen. It can be modern, it can be sophisticated, and it can be universally understood. This season in Paris was a phased manifestation of a journey that began years ago, a journey of a young man who decided to stand tall even when the wind was blowing against him. He has taught us that fashion is a dialogue and style is a state of mind. As the echoes of Paris Fashion Week 2026 slowly fade, we are left with a clear vision of what the future holds. It is a future where authenticity is the ultimate luxury, and where the most powerful statement you can make is simply being yourself, with dignity and poise. Wang Yibo has not just left an impression, he has set a new gold standard for what it means to be a global ambassador in the 21st century. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the extraordinary world of Wang Yibo and his historic journey through Paris. It is your support and passion that allow us to bring these stories of inspiration and elegance to life every single day. If you found this analysis insightful, please consider subscribing to StarWatch Now and hitting the notification bell so you never miss a moment of the latest news and deep dives into your favorite stars. We truly value your presence in our community and would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What was your favorite look from this season, and how has his journey inspired you in your own life? Your engagement helps us grow and continue providing the high-quality content you deserve. We wish you a wonderful day filled with the same grace and confidence we saw on the streets of Paris. Keep shining, keep dreaming, and remember that your own unique story is worth telling. We look forward to seeing you in our next video as we continue to watch the stars together. Goodbye for now, and stay inspired.